While in prison in Arizona, I asked my mate T-Bone, former Marine, who was using his fighting skills to stop rape, to give me some of his best fight stories. I'm going to put them all on YouTube, and here's the first one. T-Bone versus Ponytail. So this is T-Bone telling me the story. I had a problem with a biker dude named Ponytail because a white woman was visiting me, and there was a lot of racial tension on the yard. Ponytail was 6'6", 310 pounds, doing steroids. I was in the chow line when Ponytail bumped into me. People thought I was weak because I didn't do anything. After chow, I hit the weight pile. I had 315 pounds on the bench, ripping it, doing sets of 10. Ponytail came over to the bench and started taking my weights. I said, "Hey man, I'm not finished with that yet." He said, "You are now, boy." I said, "Wait a minute, all that name calling ain't necessary, man." Then another black prisoner called Squeeze said, "Check this out, young brother. There's an old saying about prison we have in here. You don't lay down for nobody and they won't punk you." I said, "Ain't nobody gonna punk me." He said, "We hope not." Then they called one of the leaders of the whites over, Two-Step Willie, which came from a snake in Vietnam, that name. If you take 2 steps near it, you're dead. Squeeze told Two-Step Willie, "We're aware of what happened in the chow hall between this young brother and Ponytail. We're going to put the young brother in there with him to handle his business." More whites came. A sergeant yelled, "Break it up," and started patting people down. The sergeant found dope and weapons, so they paid him $20 to turn his head. I got another visit from my woman. Ponytail and his girlfriend was out there in visitation, and he started making comments out the side of his neck, saying stuff like, "Anybody with a monkey or an ape is one too." He called my woman a nigger lover. People at visit were looking and they started speaking up. One said, "Hey Ponytail, we're out here with our families just visiting. This stuff shouldn't be coming out here unless you want to start a race riot on the yard." Ponytail said, "To hell with you too, and to hell with you." After the visit, I went back to the yard. White dudes and Mexicans were saying how messed up it was. They were going to speak to their people. If I'm not man enough to handle it, they will. They were talking out the side of their necks too. They didn't want to see that dude one-on-one. At the weight pile, I was repping 225 pounds when big old meathead Ponytail picked up a dirt clog and threw it. It hit the side of a 45-pound weight, broke up and went on me. The whole weight pile went quiet. Ponytail was telling me he wanted to kill me. He had no respect for me. I was less than dirt. It was a death move. Within 45 seconds, he and I were nose to nose. I couldn't swing because the cops in the gun tower drew down on me with a Mini 14 rifle. The cop was a racist. The blacks ran out saying, "Chill out, T-Bone, let it go." I mellowed out because of the weapon, but Ponytail made a move, so I extended my arm, a football move, straight up into his chest and knocked him back. He fell onto the weights. I was hoping he'd realized he'd bitten off more than he can chew. A sergeant ran over with 4 goons. He gave us 2 choices. You all take it to the ring, put gloves on, and settle it like men, or go to the hole for 6 months. I tell the sergeant I want to go to the ring. Ponytail ain't saying nothing. His eyes are red, angry as a raging bull. Then he says, "Wraps, no gloves." His people put stones in his wraps, but the cops could see them and took them out. In the ring, he tried to bull rush me. I sidestepped him, stuck my left foot out, grabbed his left arm, tripped him, holding onto his arm. I took his arm as he fell and hit him in the base of his head with my right hand. Bam! Bam! The sensation must have been unbearable. He let out a big old "wah" like a wounded bird and started banging on the mat, tapping out. But I wasn't finished. I let his arm go, jumped up and kicked him in the side of the neck. He moved his arms to protect himself, so I kicked him in the same spot between the kidney and the lung. His whole face turned red. People jumped in the ring and grabbed me off him. There was 80 blacks in the yard, 750 prisoners, all of them jumping around ecstatic. But 3 days later, I was walking near a blind spot where people handle their business, and there was 4 whites, including Ponytail. One said, "Hey nigger boy, you ain't getting away with doing that to one of us." I acted like I was tripping, but I picked up a handful of dirt. I threw it in the dude's face. The rest of them stopped and looked. My friends, Red and Tommy, saw what was happening. They came over with 3 black prison gang members. 8 more whites came as well. One of the leaders said, "Chill out, everyone get against the wall and let these 2 handle their business." I squared off with Ponytail. I broke down in a crouch and started circling him. He didn't know how to act. I faked a lunge. He kicked me square in the shoulder with prison boots. I stepped back, shook the pain loose and smiled. He saw I'm injured and like a dummy rushed at me. I threw my right hand like you throw a ball square in the middle of his face. He stopped, his nose was bleeding. I threw a left hook to his lung, kicked him in the leg. He banged his head against the wall. Crack! He went down. Blood's coming out of his mouth, both ears, and he shit on himself. I kicked him in the solar plexus and started stomping on his ribs, breaking them. I took his arm and broke it by putting it against the wall, kicking it. He was out unconscious, but that woke him up. I was trying to kill him because he was out to kill me. I had to do what was necessary because I knew he was going to come back again and again. I tried to break his leg against the wall by kicking it, but that didn't work. So I ran into it with my shoulders and it broke. I put him in a chokehold, trying to choke him to death. The guards came around the corner to stop the death hold. They sprayed him with mace in my mouth, eyes and nose, up real close, and I let him go. The mace brought me back to my senses. The death rage had left. You know, the kill thing that gets in you. They helicoptered Ponytail to the hospital in Phoenix, and that was the last everyone ever heard of him. The white dudes in the cubbyhole that tried to beat me up were moved from the yard. I went to lockdown for 2 weeks. When I got out, I then had a reputation on the yard. People were saying, "Don't mess with him, he'll kill ya." But you know how it is in prison. Reputations attract gunslingers. The peace didn't last for long. Got loads more prison fight stories that T-Bone told me. We'll be posting them up in the coming months. Thanks for watching so many of the videos. I've had a few videos been going viral. T-Bone's over 100,000 now, and who is T-Bone? What is a heart check? Almost 1 million, and my subs are really shooting up, so I appreciate all you guys supporting the channel. If you've got any comments, please put them in the section below. And I am filming with Wildman at the beginning of next month. We're going to get some better quality filming done, and we're going to have a load of videos. Wildman talking about making prison beanie, making prison tattoo, ink, and all this other stuff. So I hope you're enjoying everything we're doing, and take care out there. Cheers from London.